All right, so I've been doing some thinking, been doing some talking with a couple of my buddies and stuff at work, and going through a couple of different things throughout the day. And really just something that stuck with me is I got one of my really good friends who is struggling between two different decisions on what is he going to do to better himself? How is he going to get better throughout the course of the next month, 2 months, the rest of the year, whatever it's going to take for him to get to his goal. And we talked about it, and I seriously sat down and I thought about it, and I was thinking, what will I do every day to blow my goals out of the water? What did I do yesterday that I didn't do today that created a positive impact for me? What can I do tomorrow that I did not do today that is going to create a better, more positive impact for my tomorrow? Now, there's a lot of different things that we can say happen throughout a day. Oh, I got distracted on this, I didn't do that, I didn't do the other thing. It's all about time management. We've got to be able to wake up in the morning, look ourselves square in the face and go, this is what I'm doing today, period. That's it. This is what I'm doing. It's done. Then we take the time from there and we go, okay, I'm doing that, I'm moving forward. Now, what is the next best thing I can do? What's the next thing I can do to accomplish my next goal? I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying everybody's perfect. I'm not saying it's not a hard road, but I am saying that you have to at least start. You have to at least try somewhere. God only knows if every one of us gave up every time we hit a speed bump, we would never advance. We would never get to where we are today. Life's too short to be unhappy. Life's too short not to have what we want. Life is too short not to be where we want to be. That being said, I want you to seriously think about your next move, your next objective. What are you going to do? How are you going to make things better in your life? I started off at the beginning of this new chapter in my life, ready to go, heave ho, let's do this, let's run, let's roll. Had an amazing 2 months, knocked it out of the park, stayed on top. Then I started falling into the normal humdrum that comes with everybody else. I started feeling like I was being cheated, mistreated, didn't think I had what it took to do what I needed to do. And then it clicked with me. I hit a low point in my life, and I can't say my life, I hit a low point in this chapter that I really just looked at everything and I was like, man, what am I doing? I'm giving up too easy. I'm not staying the shark. I'm being more of the goldfish. I'm being an order taker instead of a salesman. I'm not following through with what I need to do. And I changed my mentality, and the past 2 months have been amazing. They were back again on top where I needed to be, number one on certain important factors of what my career requires, and moving forward. And this month it started out a little rocky, and all of a sudden I'm leading on other points and falling behind on other. And then I look back last month, where did I waver? Where did I falter? And I've got it. I got to figure it out. I figured it out again. Once you get it figured out, it's easy for you to see it. It's hard to see it when you're on the outside, when you're on the inside looking out. But when you're on the outside, obviously, we can see everybody else's flaws and mistakes, and it's easier for us to tell them about it than it is for them to tell us about our own. All I'm saying is take every little bit of criticism you can as positive criticism. You could be doing something that you may need to fix. I leave it in the hands of my customers. A lot of times I look at them and I ask them straight up, on a scale of 1 to 10, how could you rate my service today? And if they tell me anything less than a 10, and even sometimes when they do tell me a 10, I ask them if they think that there's anything I could improve on. Kick it back to them. Create that sense of wow and that sense of wonder. And all of a sudden they're going, man, he really does care. Let me give him a little bit of this, or let me give him a little bit of that. And then all of a sudden, you got all these people that love you for what kind of service you provide, and they're helping you and they're pushing you forward. And now you're building that empire. You're building what you strive for so hard, chasing a million other dreams. Focus on one dream at a time. Let each one come as they will, and I promise you they will fulfill. It takes time, it takes dedication, it takes getting your knuckles a little bloody, it takes falling off a couple times before you finally kick back up on the top of the horse. I'm not saying I'm going to be up here on the top all the time, but I promise you one thing, I am going to push to be the best. I'm not going to push to be number 2. I'm not going to push to be number 3. I'm not even going to push to be just a mediocre number 1. I'm going to push to be so far out in front, so far into the future, so beyond anybody else, that I can be that I know I can be. The best me that I will meet in 10 years. That is my goal. That should be your goal. Who do you want to meet? You want to meet you in the next 10 years. Like I said, Matthew McConaughey said it best. That stuck with me. It should stick with you guys. I'm going to cut it here. It's been 5 minutes. It's about the time I'm going to give everybody. I'm not going to bore you. I will see you guys on the flip side.